episode, edition, special broadcast of the live art stream with Tops artist Victor Moreno. We go live usually about 3 times a week, weekdays, usually Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday of late. This is going to be a Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday week. And I'm pretty excited. We're going to have a lot of fun today doing some live art here. And as you see, I already kind of have today's drawing a little bit prepped. We're working once again on returns. And I've explained before a couple of times what returns are. Basically, when a new set comes out of Garbage Pail Kids, Tops gives each of the artists X amount of cards to, for their own collection or to, do for commissions, and to return to the consumer, excuse me, or to return to Tops for examination, and then we can do whatever we want with them. So that's why they're called return cards. I just call them commission blanks, and we're just working our way through the commission blank list today, and this is for Mr. Kimball, and he wanted a unique take on Mad Mike, so that's what we're going to do today. We actually have both of today's commission spots filled. We are going to do Mad Mike here during the first half hour, and then the second sketch for today is going to be a Freddy Krueger unofficial sketch commission. It's going to be like a play on A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. So it should be fun, and as always, the way it works is I'm going to be working on the sketch. If you who are watching the sketch is interested in anything going on while I'm drawing, feel free to ask questions about what I'm doing, what colors I'm using. Okay, I can't watch this. I'm here in spirit. Yeah, no worries. Come back in half an hour and we'll start on the next one. All right, so here we go. We are going to start, and this one's going to be fun. What's up, D-Bag? I think you're kicking it off for us today. Slow start for the day, but we're going to have some fun. Working on the sketch. Yep. So you know how it works. We do two on the stream, so we're going to try to get this one done in the first half hour. So, what's up, Mr. Houdini? And yeah, as always, we're gonna have some fun with this one. I'm a big sucker for yellow ties lately. I think it's the whole atom bomb thing in me. How's your guys' week doing? I think we are on Wednesday. That's like hump day, halfway through the week. We've made it over the hump. And let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see a little better. Halfway through the hump, and here we go. A lot of fun. I got up this morning. We're having company for a couple days visiting from out of town, so I had to clean the house and all that fun stuff you do when company's coming over. And got that done. Ran a few errands. I went to Walmart to look for some action figures. Alas, none were had to be found. This is what I hate, because like many of you, I collect toys, and Dewback says, I literally watch some of your videos and pause them while you do just to see the company name on your markers and bought some. Yeah, this is usually the company name, the company I get markers from. They're called Chart Pack. Basically, the story with these markers is if you ever see a show from the 1960s or stuff like Mad Men, and they have these elaborate drawings for ad campaigns and stuff. These are what they use to draw that kind of stuff. They basically, the reason I like them, they're alcohol markers. As you can see, there's a flammable danger there. So they're stinky. They smell like, God, what would rubbing alcohol, kind of. So kind of, if you use them, have a fan going. But what I like about them is, they lay down a lot of color easily, so you don't have to kind of keep going back and forth on them. Like I always say, they lay down a good swath of color. It's nice. It doesn't smear all that much. You know, kind of like watercolor pen markers, but you get a lot more control. And the colors are constant. You can draw over them with China markers. They blend with other markers. Uh, I always say if you're gonna get these, the best place to buy them is Dick Blick, because they usually have sales on them. If you buy X amount of them, like if you buy six, they'll be like 350. Always buy these in bulk. If you're gonna buy some, buy at least six, because if you buy by themselves, they're usually like something in the round neighborhood of $6, and that's a lot of money for markers. So if you're gonna spend the money, just spend the money on a lot of them. So I'm glad. I hope you enjoy using them. There, do back. I do. They're kind of my preferred markers to go to. I think they're cheaper. They're more. They do the same thing that Copics do. The colors are stronger, I think. Although to be fair, the only at this point I'm pretty much over Copic markers. I like them only if I'm drawing like a female figure. I feel like they give a good kind of translucent look to flesh tones. So that's kind of what I enjoy about them. Here we because I always think female figures should have more translucent skin tones. I always kind of layer them on top of each other. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of nice. You guys want to hear an embarrassing story here today? So I was working on my returns, and I did one for this guy off stream, and I wanted to get it done because he was anxious about it, and I've been kind of meaning to get to it. Well, he had ordered an unofficial return, and I drew his card on one of my last official blanks I had for Food Fight. So if you guys know, I charge like 3 times what I do for unofficial blanks. For official blanks than I do for unofficial blanks. It ended up being the guy's birthday, so rather than I did pay it forward, and I didn't charge him extra, even though like it's like he got like $150 commission, $55, and he really liked it, and then he wanted to get a 4 card commission from me. And then here's how karma works in your favor. I was going through my list of my sold commissions. It turned out the guy who never for his commission and dropped off the earth still ended up with an extra card. So figure that out. It is karma for you in your. Sometimes the lesson to be learned there is if you mess up sometimes, just be honest about it. Yeah, exactly. Be good, don't try to fuck people out of it and say, well, I'm only going to give it to you now if you pay me extra. Just kind of, if you make a mistake, own up to it. And sometimes good stuff happens, So I ended up finding an extra card anyway, and he wants to get a more expensive commission from me. So there you go. And you know what? I'm like cool about that because I actually told you guys about it rather than keep quiet and be like, okay, well, that's all right. Whoops. And when I cover the drawing with my hand, tell me if I'm doing that. So don't like to do that. I want you guys to be able to see everything I'm doing. If you're enjoying the drawing, feel free to give me a thumbs up on the little right and left of your screen. Thumbs up helps other people find the stream when we're going live. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's a nice thing to do. Just thumbs up the drawing. Thank you. Appreciate it. And if you end up enjoying the stream, if you've never tuned in before, feel free to mouse over that Cult Classics on the right hand corner and give us a subscription. When we get to 2,100 subscribers, I'm going to give away a sketch card. You can see me draw live on the stream. So tell your friends, get them to sign up, you know? Doesn't cost anything, and you might end up getting a free sketch card out of it. I think we're only 37 people away from 2,100, so it's not like an impossible goal. All right. Let's give this guy blue eyes so it pops. There's a lot of brown on him. We're about, let's see, about 10 minutes into the drawing here. He's looking pretty cool there. All right, let's see. Let me get some flesh tone going here. This is a Tombow water-based marker. Usually you can find these at Michael's or wherever. What are the names of the colors I use for the flesh tone? The Chart Pack one I got is just called Flesh. This one is, let's see, 912. If you go to Michael's and get one of those Tombow Prismacolor multi-packs, these are in like the flesh tone pack. I think they're usually somewhere along the lines of $25, although I would say wait, they usually come on sale pretty often rather than get them at full price. I think I was able to get my last. I have a couple of these. You know, I hoard these when they come on sale because I go through them pretty quick. So I think around Black Friday I was able to get a couple packs. They were like $12.99. So they do go on sale. Ironically, that Tombow Flesh Color Prismacolor pack, that's a good one to get if you're looking to get a base set of just flesh colors. So that's a good one if you're, you know, wanting to practice doing garbage pail kids or just people in general. You know, this guy's a little tan, so I'm going heavy with the darker ones, but it's always good to layer the darker pink, the lighter pinks. Sweet. We'll be rewinding this stream tomorrow to write it down. Yep, no problem. I am here to help. And that one is good because you get a lot of browns too, so you get all kinds of flesh tones. Yeps, this isn't official. I was just going to be like, am I drawing this on the wrong one again? No. This is an official card. Doing his headband a different color than his hair. Otherwise, it's all going to kind of be the same thing, you know? And it'll all stand out more once I lay in the blacks and all that fun stuff. It's like for a second there, I was like, Jesus, did I do it again? I'm like, no. This isn't official. I'm like, okay. Wow, I got some real world music going on today in the background. Jeez. I've got like this Japanese lo-fi hip hop thing I always listen to, and today it's like playing some really odd stuff. Zoom out a little bit since we're doing some body work now. Got a few people watching in here. Yeah, coming up in the next half hour, we're going to be doing a Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Garbage Pail Kid. So that'll be fun. Doing barbarians and movie monsters today. All right. And I always say subscribe if you can. Sometimes we do have stream issues, so if our stream ever cuts out, feel free to subscribe so you can see what the next stream is, in case we have to make a quick jump. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it has happened. Oops, excuse me there. I just hit the camera with the brim of my hat. Got a real black mouth, does this guy? It's kind of like the Charlie Brown rock mouth. Alright, getting some detail in here. You ink something and then it comes together. Chris is like, hey, one of these days I'll commission you to do Melton Elton for me. Could you use a glitter market and the snowflakes falling down? Yeah, I probably just would have to get a glitter marker. I don't think that I have any. Yes, Garbage Pail Kids. We're doing this guy right now, and then we're doing Freddy. It's at around 5. That's today's menu. Here we go. Getting a few scars in on this guy. This is like Cartoon and Garbage Pail Kids, the movie. Yeah, these are more the comic, the cartoon comic card ones, not so much the movie ones. Sure, a little bit grosser. But we mix them all up. It's a live stream, and we do the drawings by commission. So sometimes, like yesterday, you get like The Fiend Bray Wyatt, and there's wrestling, there's horror, there's all kinds of stuff. Alright, let's get this belt in here. If there's ever a time you can't see the drawing because I have it pushed too far down or anything, just let me know and I will adjust the camera or where I have the card position. Like Pokemon cards. Well, no, because you can't play with Pokemon cards. They're more like for trading and collecting. I think Pokemon cards are just like, for playing a game, a turn-based role-playing game. What do I think of the GPK NFT cards? What does NFT mean? That might be something I'm not familiar with. Yeah, just let me know what NFT means. I'm not familiar with that. Is that like the wax, the wax ones that are for, blockchain? I don't know. Garbage Pail Kids and these. Yeah, they have names like that. This guy is Mad Mike. Thanks, Santa, man. I appreciate it. Mad Mike. Yep. All right. So this one is for a guy who teaches. So there's some nods to teaching in the background. All right. Let's do a blackboard in the background. Yep, I have seen the movie before. What do you guys think? How's that coming out? Pretty good? Again, if you're enjoying the stream, feel free to give us a thumbs up. Yeah, I've seen the cartoon before, but not really. I can't tell you a lot about the cartoon. I just have seen it. All right. Like I said, if you're enjoying the drawing, feel free to give us a thumbs up. It helps us, get more notice on the stream. Irish Piper, hey man, hey, how's it going? All right, and let's see, what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna use the China marker, I think. Got my son away from Pokemon cards. Loves food fight. Puts in his lunchbox for school. Revolution starter. Oh, cool, man. Yep. Like 8 more minutes for that one. Just shaking up my gel pen because sometimes the little ball gets stuck. What up, Robert? How's it going, dude? Now I'm doing the black border because I enjoy me a black border. Just got off work, brother, living the dream. Nice. That's the best feeling when you're able to escape from work for the day, isn't it? Like I'm free. You know, because lunch breaks feel like a false freedom, you know? It's like I'm only off for a few minutes. Bastards. My day be better, send that sketch over here. If only, right? Alright. Little patch of hair I gotta finish up here. How funny they banned GPK cards. Today seem much worse. I know, totally. They should have just let the kids be. Our imaginations cannot be controlled, I'm telling you. Alright, almost done. You guys gotta tell me when I zoom the camera weird. Alright, there we go. Thanks, man. This is for Mr. Kimball. Yeah, it came out pretty good, I think. Do you use only pastel colors or do you mix them up? I mix them up. I don't think there's any like pastel colors here per se. Alright. There we go. If you guys enjoyed that drawing, feel free to give me a thumbs up on the drawing. You know, it's right under the left side of the screen. Helps people find our stream while it's going on. And, you know, it's an easy way to support what I'm doing. If you really enjoyed it, there's a dollar sign under the chat, and basically it's a tip. It's like $1 or $2, whatever you want to give me. It's called a super chat. It's a good way to support what I'm doing on the little stream here. You get send me a sticker. It lights up your chat in a special color. If not, the thumbs up helps me out too. So thanks for the help, guys. Always appreciate it. All right. Sorry. Loud water drinking noises. Thanks for the thumbs up. Saw that. We're up at 10 now. So that's awesome. All right. We're going to do a Freddy now. So then we got that one done. So here's a little thing. I'm going to teach you a little trick sometimes that I do. So I'm going to draw a card right now. And, you know, the guy said he wants a Irish Piper here. Wants a Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy. All right. So a good idea here is, you know, I have a visual reference on the side. So the poster for it is something like this, you know. And then I kind of open it up and say, what do I want to do? So I know the poster has Freddy's head kind of like this. I know what a GPK looks like. So I'm going to kind of do, this is what I call a rough, right? So we're going to get a rough idea what my card is going to look like. So this is where I'm teaching you something about drawing. So you already noticed. So Victor's kind of already doing it GPK style here, because he's trying to figure out how he's going to make this work. All right, and I know there's like a girl here. And, you know, the girl on the card will be cuter, you know, of course. But she's going to be the only one we really accentuate, you know. And we'll do some hazy stuff, probably with the China marker, you know. Right, and then this will be blue, blue, black. You know, an easy way sometimes, if you're going to ink over it, the actual thing, just put an X, you know, that area is just going to be black. All right, so, and Freddy's hat will probably be brown, because we want it to pop, even though it's kind of black on the poster. So realistically, we're going to kind of draw the girl to be realistic like she is on the poster. So she'll be the first thing we draw. Then we'll do Freddy's head. And then we'll do the claws in the background last. So that's kind of how like I rough the idea out. So that's why I keep Post-it notes by me when I'm drawing. Just so I can kind of get an idea, you know, so I can put it on paper so it doesn't have to just live in my head. If the idea is a little, the word I'm going to use is esoteric. Another word you can use is if the idea is a little complicated and you're not sure if it's going to float there the whole time you're drawing, there you have it on paper. So you're like, oh, okay, now I get how that's going to work. All right. Yeah, so it's going to be something like that. All right, so what I'll do now is I'll put this on the side over here next to the poster, and you can't see it because it's on the side of me. And then we're going to get this cracking, all right? So basically, my entire thing is I want the girl to look realistic. So let's see if we can make that happen. So I found a poster on the side, and I'm gonna open it up, big version of it. If I can get this thing open up. There we go. All right. So let me get a pencil with something like a sharp tip, which I think I have over here. All right. And as always, if you enjoy these little lessons or tricks I'm giving you, you can always feel free to tip with a super chat. All right. So now I've got to figure out where things are kind of going to be, right? So we get the feeling that Freddy's hat is going to be kind of like here, you know. Because now I'm looking at my little post-it note thing. And then his eyes are going to be kind of here somewhere. So the girl is going to start right here. Do you do any Comic Cons? Yes, I do. I'm always at Monster Palooza at Burbank, usually in May of the year, and I'm always at Monster Palooza in Pasadena, California, usually in May of the year, and then I'm usually at a Son of Monster Palooza, which is also in September of the year. That's at the Airport Marriott in Burbank, California. I might be at that show this year if it happens. Monster Palooza got canceled. I'm usually at Mad Monster Party in Arizona during the summer. I don't know if we're going to do that one this year. But those are the three main cons I do every year, and I'm always at Gross Card Con in Las Vegas. Those are the four main cons I do every year. Sometimes I'm at Phoenix. I'm at some shows in Phoenix, or some extra shows in California. It just depends. And sometimes I'm at Days of the Dead in Vegas. I'm having a hell of a time with that arm right now. There we go. This arm is right, so we're going to go back and make that other arm more like this one. She's got kind of a flowy thing going on, and then she's going to have light kind of defining her figure underneath that. So yeah, let's erase that other arm. You know, we lost a few people. They're like, gosh, Victor, this is a little too complicated for me. I just wanted to see Freddy. I didn't want to understand anatomy. It's like, well, guys, you're going to have to learn some stuff. I'm sorry. That's just how it is. There we go. All right, now here's another lesson we're going to learn. Girls have hips. They usually have kind of an hourglass figure. Trust me, I'd much rather teach you this on a bigger canvas than half a trading card, you know. But yeah, there we go. She's wearing kind of a nightgown. Oh yeah, especially for the time we have, it's gonna come out really good. The also thing you always got to do when you're drawing girls is you got to be careful with the shoulders, because some girls do have broad shoulders. You shouldn't draw them with broad shoulders because it makes them look manly in a drawing. You should always aim for like a, that's not a realistic figure in real life, but something along the lines of a slender S circle. And it should be 1, 2, 3 head, 1, 2, 3 heads high, then 4. So that way she's probably about 5.5 to 6 heads high, which is about 5.5 feet tall. you know? So there you go. You're learning some anatomy from Victor. All right. So yeah, you can already see she looks realistic, you know. Realistically, I could have tapered her arms in a little bit more, but I want her to look apprehensive. If her arms are tapered in more, she would look more submissive. If they're a little tapered out extra like they are here, she's like curious. So there you go, body language. All right. So now we're gonna go to the actual Freddy thing. All right. So I'm looking at my postcard again, and I'm gonna be cool and put it there so you guys can kind of see it. So it's interesting. All right. Like I said, we're not doing it exactly like the poster, but it's our version of the poster, right? We're all in this together, I think. Because I want you to learn as I go along. And if you've seen the poster for this movie, it's something like this. If not, you can Google Nightmare on Elm Street 3 poster. All right, now we're going to do the GPK eyes. All right. Give me a comment here in the chat so I know you're still with me. I don't want to be losing you guys. All right, cool, dude. All right, awesome, guys. Appreciate it. I'm adding some burns here, which also look like zits, kind of. But you know what I'm getting at. All right, I'm putting X's here because those are going to be black spots. All right, and now I'm going to do the claws. I'm going to do another claw here. Now, in the actual poster, there's people standing on these claws, but I think we're just going to kind of showcase the main girl here. Otherwise, because of the size, it would look a little bit busy. All right. 18 in life, sons. Yeah, I don't know. You guys need. I think I've explained why I listen to like generic music while I do this. It's so I don't get strikes from YouTube. So it's just generic like instrumental music. I have learned to tune it out. If I put on cool music, I would get tons of YouTube strikes for copyright, fuckers. All right, so now we're gonna have some coloring fun. All right, here we go. This is where the magic happens. This is where the magic happens, son. All right, here we go. And then, because this is a 90 and an 80s thing, there's a big slit in the back of the 90, even though it wouldn't be there. That's more like lingerie. Okay. Now we're going to use these same flesh lines to define the 90. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use this. It's pink. It's a Tombow liner. It'll look pink on the card too. And basically what does is we're going to put this in areas where the light is coming through, because it'll like suggest two things: satiny, like the fabric satin, and nudity, like the see-through sheerness of it. So now we know it's kind of like see-through, okay? Now these Tombow liners have another end right here. What this is it's just kind of like a bullet point end. I try not to use these a lot because it's just kind of like, you know, I feel like you get more out of the brush end, but it's good for detailing super fine tip stuff like this. Alright. Alright, now we're going to do the hair. Whoops. Alright, now we're going to use this one again, but now the brush end. You know, so now it's like darker because, you know, it's getting more ink flow. And then we're going to go over this with some black. And eventually I'll do like a comic cover so I can show you how to draw girls in like a more like easier to follow way that isn't just literally the size of 2 inches. So yeah, that looks good. And now we're going to do the same thing I did earlier with that other brown, but now we're going to use this one. Just because it turns out we needed a darker brown than the hair. Alright. I'm kind of refining the shape a little bit. Now I'll zoom out, right? Like I said, you know, I have the feeling I could have done this a little bit better, but, you know, I am a little, you know, a slave to the space here. Going with another pink here. Alright, now we're going to start doing some browns. I'm also going to redo the eyeballs inside of the eyes so that they're kind of aiming in the same direction. Do 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 do. Alright. Now we're going to do some scarring inside of those craters. Oops, not the color I wanted to use yet. You guys liking how it's coming out? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thanks, dude. Alright, now we're going to start playing with some other colors. I think we here again. Oh, yeah. Well, the important thing is that you guys are enjoying it, you know? Thanks, dude. Yeah, I work a lot of detail into this stuff. We're going to be using the gel pen and the China marker on this one, too. Yeah, right. probably what I'll end up doing. Thanks, man. I appreciate that super chat, dude. Nice tip there for Manny. Oh, Manny is the man. All right, now we gotta work some more black in here. See that right now, I'm basically straight up painting this. I'm using this marker like a paintbrush. Just like, you know, if I had a blocky just marker, that's exactly how I would do it, even if I was like painting it with acrylic. Now you see why I didn't have the other characters, because I knew I was going to have to like lay in the background like this. Alright, now I need this one. is pen at? Oh, there it is. All right. All right, and there you go. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 poster, GPK style. What do you guys think? Google it. I think it holds up. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, see, it works. It worked better with less people. Yeah, this is basically a painting, you guys. I'm not even like, it would have taken me just as long to do this in acrylic than it did with those markers. Like, I'm just gonna use the chisel edge and like do paint strokes. You know. Thanks, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That's probably the most painty thing I've done on the stream so far. That's for damn sure. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up on the video. I also take tips. If you enjoyed watching me draw that, leave $1 or $2. I would appreciate it. Because that was pretty super fun, I think. This is probably one of the better, painting streams. Even if we weren't as all chatty, we were all like, whoa, look at that. We're getting all, into technique here. Like I said, it came out pretty close to the rough, I think. I'll include that post-it note for you there, Irish Piper. That way you can compare them. But yeah, I think that came out pretty damn nifty. All right. Dude, and we actually kept the stream at just a little bit over an hour, It took pretty much a half an hour to do each of those projects, which I'm pretty happy about, I think that's one of the reasons I like doing the live streams because, it gives me a little bit of focus. Going on your desk. Damn straight. Message me your address on on Instagram, if just in case, so I can so I don't have to like dig for it. I'd appreciate that. Um, but yeah, I'm glad I went with the green eyes on Friday. I think they kind of make the thing pop, and the different blues and melding into the black on Friday, I think actually came out pretty cool too. See, a lot of people freak out on, they don't want to deviate too far from the Garbage Pail Kid formula. All right, got it, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. We'll mill that out this weekend. All right. And, but I like the challenge of doing stuff on the live stream too. It's a lot of fun. Yep, just saw, man. Appreciate it. Um, I like the challenge of being able to having to do stuff on the live stream because it helps me be creative. I'm like, Irish Piper messaged me, I think, like 2 minutes before I went live with this commission. So I was like, okay, I think I have an idea, and then it's like, we made it happen. So that's not too shabby. I always like it when we can make a plan come together. Um, I have a couple more returns I'm going to finish up today, but I'm officially opening up my list. If you want to get on commissions for the next stream and streams for next week, it's 55 shipped, so I try to keep it fair. So if you guys want to get a commission done, just message me on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, wherever you can find me, and we can set that up. Facebook is the easiest, with Instagram at, number 2, and we can make that happen. Let me think what else. That $sign at the bottom of the chat, it gives me tips from you guys whenever you enjoy the drawing or whatever, or the video cast or live stream. So if you guys want to give a tip before the stream is over, I'd appreciate it. In case you missed it on the last stream, when we get to 2,100 visitor or 2,100 subscribers, which is I think like 36 away from where we are, so it'll probably happen sometime next week. I'm going to give away a live sketch card on the stream, and I'm going to be drawing the people who get a chance to win that sketch card are the people who leave super chats or super stickers on the videos. So the more often you leave a super chat or super sticker, the more entries you have to win a free sketch card when we get to 36. When we get 36 more subscribers and get to 2,100. So, it's like, hey, it's like buying entries on a Garbage Pail Kids Live, enter 10 times for $1, or 10 times for $1 each or something. But yeah, it'll be fun. And if you haven't subscribed to the video, to the channel, just mouse over the Cult Classics things on the Cult Classic logo in white that's on the right side of the video. There should be a little subscribe thing that comes up. Other than that, I'm all for just giving us a thumbs up on the video when you're watching, because it helps us get noticed more. And other than that, just thanks you guys for tuning in. And our next video, our next live stream will be on Friday. And if you want to get a commission done for that live stream, just message me. We're pretty wide open right now. And other than that, I'll see you guys on Friday. Thanks for tuning in. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. And thanks for checking us out. Subscribe to the channel. And thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you guys just hanging out here and talking, because it makes drawing fun. And hopefully it gives you guys some tips on, on markers you want to buy, or little ideas about how roughing out your layouts, stuff like that. If I can help you guys in any way I can, just let me know. All right. So until next time, I appreciate it a ton, and I will talk to you all soon. And thanks again. Till next time, keep drawing. Stay Garbage Pail Kid fans. All right, I'm going to go off now.